Today, students, we're going to look at a persuasive introduction and compare it to an expository introduction. In a persuasive introduction, we have the following ingredients. As we've discussed, an introduction needs a hook. That is the sentence that's going to draw the reader into reading what we have written further. In this case, the hook being used here is a quote. After we've finished writing the hook, which is sentence number 1, and don't forget we're going to indent. After we've finished writing the hook, next we're going to include an opinion sentence. Here, the opinion sentence is where we tell the reader what our viewpoint is on the topic at hand. This essay is about off-campus field trips. Some people feel that it is something that we should do, and sometimes some teachers feel it's a waste of time. So this student is saying, from my point of view, notice the student lets us know that she did not get this information from anywhere. This is her personal point of view. From my point of view, off-campus field trips are so much more than an educational day out for young ones. It is a day they'll remember for years to come. So very clearly and strongly, the student gives her opinion on the topic. After we're done writing the opinion sentence, the next sentence we can expect in the persuasive introduction is a thesis. Remember, that's the last sentence, generally speaking, in the introduction. And this thesis statement is going to include our discussion points. The 3 discussion points are mentioned, and the student does something a little bit more than the regular student would. There is a sense of audience included. So here we have parents and teachers. So notice the audience is being addressed. Then the student continues, we must encourage off-campus school trips because it keeps pupils engaged. That would be our body paragraph 1. It allows them to gain a better understanding of the topic being studied. That would be body paragraph 2. And finally, it allows teachers to stay up to date with industry standards. That would be body paragraph 3. So in the thesis, our discussion points are included. So this is how we will write a persuasive introduction. So notice the persuasive introduction and the expository introduction both have a hook. They both have a thesis. However, let's look at a fundamental difference between the two of them. If you notice here, the expository essay only gives background information. It only gives background information. We just highlighted it in yellow. However, the persuasive essay introduction gives us an opinion sentence. Notice the difference. An opinion sentence is given. An opinion, okay, that color is not good. An opinion sentence is given. So let's look at a sample expository essay to illustrate that point. Notice this particular expository introduction is about the lockdown. Many of us have had to endure lockdowns, and it has definitely affected our lives in positive and negative ways. We have a hook. It says, on lockdown again, like a criminal. So notice the student uses a strong statement or exclamatory statement, and they incorporate a simile in the opening sentence, which is a hook. After the hook, the student then gives us background information. So this is where we come up with anything that we may have experienced or overheard in reference to the topic at hand. Most of us experienced joblessness, some of our parents. Also, some of us also were saddened because we had relatives who may have passed away. And we also We also experience major change. So that is included in the background sentence, which is sentence number 2 in the expository introduction. Finally, the last sentence, it is a thesis. Notice the thesis does not include any of the audience references. There's no deliberate addressing of the audience in the expository introduction. We simply give our thesis and we have our discussion points. Notice the discussion points. It responds to the prompt. During the lockdown, people managed to keep themselves sane by reading. That would be body paragraph number 1. Making online videos. That would be body paragraph number 2. And cooking. This will be body paragraph number 3. So each of these points we would be developing into a paragraph of its own. Thanks for watching. So